Hey, what's up, traders? How y'all doing today? It's your boy Z Rex. It's no noise. It's not a live video. I noticed I said that yesterday. I'm coming at you live with a static video. That didn't make no damn sense. My internet is still being whack. I don't know what's going on here. But oh well, we're just gonna do some rapid fire stuff here at the end of the day for the close. For traditional markets, it is February 26, 2021, and let's just get right into it. Total market cap falling below close. We got a closure now below the 21 after yesterday's candle, and today we are also looking like we probably will close below it. It will have to get quite a bit of money dumped into it, but really this is just going to be Mama Bear's chart, so we're just going to jump over to that. Here's Mama Bear's chart, not looking good. Kind of just chilling in this range, which is still okay, but the bulls got a lot of work to do. Getting rejected after this, kind of making this type H pattern. It did have this little pump out of it, which is interesting. We did come right up to the 48, and we are getting rejected from that. This is pretty bearish looking. Really can't even get excited about bulls right now until we're back above that 51.5 area. It's still kind of the same zone. It's about 10% from here. Anything back below, man, probably anything back below 44.5 probably is going to break this range. It's not really looking that good. Daily, just kind of hanging out. I mean, it's not super terrible yet, but it's definitely not sexy. Dominant on the bears so far. Hopefully we can just maybe range bound over the weekend here, and we'll see what happens. Bitcoin futures look real ugly too. They're not even positive on anything. We had one little fake out here on the RSI, and the exponentials rolling over already. Not looking too sexy. The weekly on Bitcoin futures looks real bad. You can see this engulfing candle on a weekly basis. We have not had one of those in this rally once. So that is definitely noteworthy. We got to carry that forward. I mean, it does have 38 minutes if this thing rallies super crazy. Here, and I mean, it would have to rally all the way back up over 50K. Definitely could happen. Very unlikely, though. So yeah, we kind of, and these EMAs don't look good. They're all opening after a little spaghetti action right here, and now they're all reopening to the downside in chronological order. I mean, this is bearish. This is a bearish read. I mean, maybe above 49K gets us back in the okay area. Excuse me. Ooh. But yeah, this doesn't really look that good. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some more downside pressure on this. We really don't want to lose much lower than the upper 30s, like this horizontal here, about 37,000. That's probably where we would test if we lose 43,000. And that's a pretty significant drop, another 20% from here. And ultimately, like we've discussed a few times, we don't want to go more than 40 to 50% down. That has called all of the rallies in bull markets in Bitcoin's history. So, and that price lies at about 35K. That's the 40% mark, and then half is about 29K. So this is, bulls definitely just need to step up here. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll just be range bound for the weekend. Usually weekend trading is kind of boring. Usually. But yeah, we just kind of have to see. This candle does not look good on the weekly, though. This is a very bearish looking candle for Bitcoin. Not enough data on Ethereum futures. This looks pretty bad too. This looks like a retest of the averages, rolling back over any price back below. We're trying to hold on to this 1440 level that we keep watching, and it's trying. But I mean, earlier today we got this big fat rejection right at the 377. So this is pretty bearish now below 1540. Ethereum looks pretty damn bad. Weekly stalled right at the dang 10 simple. Daily I mean, this if it's going to get caught, it needs to get caught right here. This is a critical spot for Aetherium, but I mean, Aetherium, the bears have been dominant on the daily since all the way back over here at about 1800. So, yeah, that's not looking too good. We need to get back above like 1550, but 1440, low 1400s is holding on for now, but it's not looking great. You do still have this H-ish pattern here, kind of holding barely together. You did have a little bit of rally here, but it didn't get any follow through with an immediate rejection. So we'll see what happens over the weekend. Kind of just super range bound on Litecoin here. Doesn't look good. There's no dominance on the daily though for DMI, and weekly still bullish on the DMI. So yeah, we're just at a really critical zone here, kind of across the board for the majors. If they can just hold through, be about 5-10% range where they are now, probably be all right. This is looking kind of ugly. On XRP, anything back below 40 cents, I would watch out. This thing probably would go all the way to 30 if that happens. Again, a lot of these charts look the same, kind of just getting squished into the long-term moving averages. So bulls need to step up ASAP, or it's going to get pretty fugly. Polkadot, yeah, this looks pretty bad coming in to retest the opening EMAs. I mean, this is usually where you would take shorts right here. You do have DMI back in neutral, though, and RSI is trying to show some strength. So it's not the safest short because you do have the 200 here pressing up against the bottom range. So, yeah, I'm just kind of hedged off and just going to wait for the weekend, see what kind of happens over that. Had some weird stuff go on yesterday with some missile strikes or something, and no one's even we haven't even got any talk about it from POTUS, so that's kind of odd. Maybe there is now. I don't know. As of earlier this morning, there wasn't. But this doesn't look very sexy. But again, as long as it just holds upper 20s, like $28, maybe even like 27, 28, we're okay. Back above 35 would be pretty nice, though. That'd probably get us continuation. Link kind of in the same boat. I mean, all these coins are kind of in the same boats right now. Just look immediate left in this range structure that we've printed here over the last 4 or 5 days. Most of them are going to be that, except ADA doesn't care. Charles is like, "What's up, bitches? I'm just going to go moon by myself. Y'all can just hang out on the sidelines." Pretty wild that Cardano's doing this. It might play catch up later, but as of right now, it's just like we were looking at this yesterday, just like opening these up, and we wanted to wait a little bit longer, and you did get the perfect test into the mama right here at about $1. Bounced right off the dollar range. I mean, this is bullish as hell, really, which is crazy, but it's what the price is showing us. Above 115, this thing is still on. Pretty wild. BCH looking pretty shitty like the other ones, below all major moving averages. This is pretty bearish chart on the 3-hour. Daily's got major support at 440 though, so anything above 440, it's okay. We lose 440, we probably get to the low 300s. BSV gets no love. Little attempted rally. Doji here, indecision, just sell off. Then the decision was made over the next day. Let's just keep going down. Here we are on the trend line. Nothing's different about this. It's got to hold this area here, or we're just going to probably test back and play range games between 150 and 180. So kind of boring on that one. EOS, closing the daily almost below the 55, so that's not good. Yeah, same structure in between long-term moving average. So it's just a little bit hard to read the charts right here. We need just a little bit more data. EOS has pretty good support right around here in the mid threes. So as long as it's not dipping much below like 320, 330, it's okay. But bulls really need to step in over the weekend would be nice. XMR. Really hard read. Super neutral on everything on XMR. I mean, we are all pressed up with the 200 and the opening downward EMAs. I mean, this is crazy tight range between about 190 and 210. So Till it gets out of that, there's nothing to do with that. Above that 210 area probably gets us, 20, 30 bucks higher, but major resistance at 240, and anything back below here probably gets us a little bit more momentum to the downside, maybe like to the mid 170s, but just super range bound. Tough chart on Monero. Also, same with Zcash, pretty tough chart there. Obviously, weeklies are going to still be bullish. This weekly actually still looks pretty good, as long as it holds 100 bucks. Not too concerning there, really. I mean, given that it is from 80 down to 100. I mean, there's a lot of, these are some big moves, no doubt. But it's okay. It's okay. Just need a little bit more data here in these tight-ass ranges. Dash probably going to be the same. Yep, dash the same, open and down, getting pressed up. I mean, this is tough. These are tough reads when you have price right here doing this. And, sometimes just default into the higher time frames might be better. Yeah, on the weekly, see, this actually still looks really good on a weekly. Coming to test the 200 weekly, all this business. EMA is still very erect. Everything looks very bullish on the weekly. So if you're just looking at weekly time frames, hey, maybe it's all good, and these are just some pullbacks. Just if Mama Bear doesn't keep selling off, we'll be all right. Dogecoin, just chilling. Same thing as the previous videos. Nothing different about that. Looks like we might be getting a little reset here, though, on the Satoshi pairing. Staying above 100, 105 looks pretty good. Let's see if the dollar pairing is agreeing with that. Dollar pairing looks a little bit more bearish. Lots of overhead supply around 5.5 cents. We need to get back over like 5.7 cents to get the party started and going on that one again. But hey, as long as it's also holding, low 4-cent range, it's just more range bound. So I know people are frustrated. It's like, do something, go down, up. But hey, we just got to be patient. Sometimes the market will test you like that. ES. Brutal moves today. Just continuation after the sell-off from yesterday. Did have a little relief bounce in the morning, though. But, yeah, this looks pretty bad. And if this keeps rolling over, it'll probably carry over into equities. But we still are above the line in all this consolidation. And let's see what the 618 is on this guy. Yeah, about right where we're at now. So it's really this trend line. As long as we're staying above this thicker trend line right here. I'm actually going to take this one off because that's kind of confusing. As long as it's staying above this trend line, it's still okay. And this horizontal ultimately a 37.60. But it is pretty damn bearish. NASDAQ pretty bad. Just rolling higher lows. I'm sorry, lower highs, lower lows. Daily below the mama. So if bulls are going to step up, they better pull out some miracle news over the weekend. Otherwise, this thing will probably get some continuation to the downside. Weekly stalling right at the 21. So anything back below 12.5 starts to get real ugly for NASDAQ. YM just giving it all up. Little pump and dump shitcoin action. No love on that one. Looks pretty bad. This YM looks pretty shitty. Ultimately, though, 30,500-ish is major support. So not totally bearish by any means. Need some more data on that. Still right at the 21. Or I'm sorry, the 10 simple too on the weekly. So we just need a little bit more data. See what next week brings on that. Look at the bounce again right off this critical area we've been watching. The 2160 area. Look how many times it got wicked off of there. So that's confirming that's really good support. We lose that, guys. 2160. We lose that. We probably come down to 2060 with a swiftness. VIX stayed bid today, so that is interesting. VVIX stayed bid today, so that's also interesting. Maybe we're going to get some continuation sell-off into next week. Oil finally getting a little bit of selling pressure carrying over, but did just stall right at the 10 simple. Again, oil is just bullish until it breaks this damn trend line. There's nothing really else to kind of read it or overthink it. It's until we get back below about 60 bucks. Not really worried about oil. Bonds actually had a nice rally. We were kind of looking for a little rally off of this zone all the way back like just a relief rally. Not that it's turning bullish or anything, but from the previous breakout zone over here before Corona, we did get bid off nicely off that, and this candle did close above this body. So that's a good start for maybe a rally in bonds there. So anything back above 163 probably gets us continuation up to like 165-ish. Notes doing a similar thing, trying to base off the bottom there. Let's see. Shanghai came right to the trend line. This is an interesting spot. I wasn't really around the computer much today. I might have took some long delta on this guy right here because I do like the risk to reward. Pretty easy to manage risk. Anything back below this 34.5 level is pretty much iced. Dollar, big rally today. Big rally off a retest of this trend line. So that's pretty interesting. Next week is going to be a doozy, guys. After looking at some of these charts, I haven't seen them in a while, or I haven't seen them today. So it's a little fresh look for me. EMA's opening up. This actually looks really good. Dollar looks awesome above 90.50. Euro getting rejected after breaking out of the trend line. Little false breakout. Oh, yeah, this is real ugly, this candle, too. It printed yesterday, getting rejection right at the mama. Now we've got major resistance back on at 121. So Euro looks pretty bearish. Giving it a little bit up on TNX, but nothing too damaging, kind of the same. Gold and silver, precious metals got absolutely whacked today. But hey, I mean, not a super surprise. It's been bearish on gold since this candle. DMI has been saying, hey, don't be long this. Just selling off, continued selling off, and now we are below this critical 1760-ish area. So we'll see if we come back and test that as some resistance now, but bulls got a lot of work to do on gold. Silver got slapped too, right to this trend line. It's okay. It's still okay, but not great. Definitely now we're below all the long-term MAs. Yeah, that is a little bit ugly, but ultimately it does have to break this 26 level for me to be a little concerned about further downside on silver, so nothing's changed about that. Platinum continuing its rollover after this little rounded daily formation at the top, but ultimately got a lot of support at about 11,000, mid 1100s. I'm sorry, not 11,000, mid 1100s. Pretty bearish so on the 3-hour time frame. So got a lot of work to do on this too. Needs to get back above 1250-ish to get excited. But yeah, so there's some big ass moves today. Pretty wild. We just need a little bit more data. There's some things going up, inch, BAT token, just mostly just USDT pairs here. But yeah, so most of the market's agreeing today with selling off. It's just not great. We're not seeing really good price action in the crypto space specifically. But hopefully we just be range bound in here. That would be pretty healthy if we kind of just stay in this range. Anything, like I said, back below that probably gets us to upper 30s, and we'll just have to see. Ethereum's the one that looks real sick to me. The weekly on Aetherium is just beast mode. It's lucky it pretty much stopped at the 10 simple, but it is a little bit bearish. But hey, is it macro bearish? No, not at all. Not even close. We got a lot more work to do for that. And we did just come back and test these previous all-time highs. So that's kind of nice for maybe a little break to kind of cool it off. The market was getting a little frothy. So let's see what happens this weekend. We are kind of range bound across the board. Most of the charts look the same. So right at critical areas, kind of across the board in equities and everything. So let's just see what goes down and over this weekend, and let's chat tomorrow. All right. Have an awesome Friday. Much love. Peace.